You ever watch your grandmother eat? You ever watch an old person eat some chicken or some ribs or, any meat like a pork chop with a bone in it? I grew up in New York City and we were not rich. And my grandmother, who primarily raised me, used to fix great meals, diverse meals, all kinds of wonderful, wonderful meals. And I can tell you, there wasn't a thing wasted. Nothing. My grandmother could tear up a bone. Now, you see, I'm a little long in the tooth. I keep my joint trimmed. Shout out to all my beard dudes. I don't know how y'all doing it this summer, but good luck with that. But, you see the gray hair here. So I'm a little long in the tooth, right? I'm an older gentleman, still feel good, vibrant and all of that. But my grandmother's mother, slave. Grandmother was raised rough and comes from the Virginias and, came up to New York to do her thing. And I can distinctly recall and remember many instances of watching her destroy a bone. Now, when I'm talking about, like, just take a chicken wing drummy or a drumstick. When I tell you there's no meat, gristle, nothing left on the bone, when my grandmother is done with it, it looks like a skeleton in the museum. There isn't a hint of any tendons, ligaments, nothing, gristle, nothing, fat, nothing. Excuse me. But I'll take it a step further, or I should say, she took it a step further. She would crack the bone and get the marrow out the bone, the cracked bone. Yo, when I tell you that there was nothing wasted, but it don't stop there. It don't stop there. She would then, after the marrow was out from inside the bone, take the bone and crunch it up, y'all. Oh, yo, when I think back on that, to me, wow! I never developed such skills. I don't know that I want to develop any of those skills, because we's free. We's free. Yeah, it's a lot of bullshit still going on, right? For us people of color. I know that we know. But we're not going there today. I digress, but we're not going there today. But she would eat the entire bone. There was nothing left. Nothing left. That a person that eats like that has been past poor, has been lower than poor, has been hungry as fuck before, and said, I ain't never gonna be hungry again. I know people, one of them that lives in this house, that makes bone broth. Take some bones and boil the hell out of it and drink it and do stuff with it. No, thank you. No, thank you. Today, we are going to talk about slave food. You ain't got to eat it no more. He's free. He's free. Stay tuned.
You are now listening to Mike's Opinion, Logic Unleashed.
That's right. You are now listening to and watching the Mike's Opinion podcast. How are you doing? How do you do? You do good? You do you? All right. All right. I hope you're doing all right. Summer is just a couple weeks away, and it's hot as. It's just hot. I know, like I told you earlier at the top, I'm from New York City, born and raised, but I lived in Texas for decades. And hey, New York always gonna be home, but I'm a Texican now. Not a Texican. I'm a New Yexis. That's a combination of New York and Texas. I'm a New Yexican. So that's what I am. And you can miss me with all the hot weather. I'm a cold weather dude all day, every day. The spring, 72 degrees, light breeze, loving it. Loving it. Anything above that, keep all of that. The sweat, the heat, the insects, all of it. All of it. You walk outside and you feel like you literally walked into the oven, where you look down the street and you see the waves of heat just bubbling up. No. But I stay here because the winters, they used to be relatively mild. It's a storm rolling through right now. We've been having storms every week, breaking trees, mad tornadoes. It's crazy. It's bananas. Texas gets more tornadoes than any place on the planet. Facts. But there's one good thing I like about the hot weather in the summertime. The ladies wear less clothing. The ladies wear less clothing, and I love the ladies. I don't mean that to sound chauvinistic. Or, yo, Mike, you was a dog. You was a pig. You was a this. No, miss me with that. Nature. I'm a man is what I am, and I ain't scared to be that. And yes, I like to look at your curves, your legs, your cleavage, that pretty face, them little toes. Not them long toenails, though. Look. I know y'all, the little young, I be scrolling sometimes. Like I take 3 minutes here, 3 minutes there. Usually, if I'm on the throne, sitting on the throne, handling business, you know what I'm talking about. And or if I wait for something to upload, I mean, look, and there's some thirst traps out there, and I'll be like, whoosh, I'm caught in the trap. I'll be looking. I send my little heart eyes with the smiley face and the fire emoji and the kissy emoji because I'm a fan. I love looking at y'all ladies, and it's a great time to be alive because there's some dime pieces out there posted. O to the M to the G. You say, yo, Mike, what this got to do with slave food? It don't have nothing to do with slave food. I'm trying to tell you that I just like the ladies, and it's all connected. Where I'm going with this, so stick with me. Stay with me. You with me? Stick with me. So the ladies wear less clothing, and it's amazing. But the long fingernails, rocking with it. Especially, y'all know I like the all natural females. If it don't grow out you, I ain't with it. You don't have to go get surgery. None of that for me. Work with what you have. That's all I'm saying. That's my personal preference. Personal preference. Don't hate on me. Don't send me the hate mail or slide to the DMs with the hate. I deal with it if you do, but I like the love. I like love, but I love the ladies. Miss me with them long, fake ass toenails. They're sharp. Get in the bed, cut me, cut my calf muzzle, cut an artery. I'm dead because you got your toenails done. No. But that's the only thing I like about summer is the honey dips be dipping. They be doing what they do. But I look at all kinds of stuff, and I still see restaurants, and I'm not trying to put nobody out of business. I'm not trying to hate on anybody's food preferences. But personally, I don't eat slave food. We are a free people. And like I said at the top, look, hey, we know it ain't over. It ain't all utopia and glory for people of color, particularly here in America and around the planet, really. For some odd reason, we are still persecuted, hated, abused, and are done wrong from an institutional, systemic level all the way down. And a lot of people don't want to hear that, but it's just a fact. Live in this skin. Live in this skin. Live in this skin for a minute and a day. You'll see. You'll see. Go apply for something. You'll see. Anyway, the list goes on and on and on. Not talking about racism today. We're talking about slave food. And I have just a few of them written down. You know, I prepare, I make some notes for the episodes. I'm talking about pig feet, hog maws, chitlins, chitterlings, pig ears, pig knuckles, chicken feet, some variations of corn, cornbread, catfish, hush puppies, pigtails, neck bones. The list goes on and on and on. And yo, listen to me. We don't have to eat that shit no more. We don't have to eat slave food no more. Say, yo, Mike, this shit is banging though. Me some pig feet and collard greens or some neck bones. Mm, mwah, mwah. No, that's what I'm telling you. No, no. Those were the parts of the animal that were discarded because they suck. The feet, the neck, the tails, the innards, the chitlins, which the intestines. You gotta eat that shit. Slavery is over. It's over. It's over. Again, I'm not trying to. You got a good soul food, soul food. They just need to cross out soul and put slave food restaurant, and you cooking up that bullshit. Then you know, look, I don't know what to tell you. Start serving the prime cuts of the animal. Now you think about it, we kill, murder, and eat flesh, blood, tendons and ligaments, and muscles. The shit is pretty gross. I wish I could be a full-time vegan. Tried that shit, didn't work. Carnivore me was like, I was salivating at them steak commercials, them steakhouse commercials, them cheeseburgers. Watch the cheese melt in slow motion and just the salty. I couldn't do it. I'm addicted. I was raised on it. It's too hard to get out of my system. Did I feel great when I was a vegan for those few months? Yes, I did. I did. I felt light. I felt like I needed more calories and more protein and energy, but I never figured out how to get all that protein and energy just from nuts and berries and leafy vegetables and beans and stuff. I'm pretty sure there's a way. And one day, when I'm successful again and I have lots of money and I can hire a chef in my crib, I'm going to do one that know how to whip up that veganness and give me the proper nutrition on a daily basis, because I'm sure that's where I missed it. I didn't have that proper nutrition on a daily basis. But I digress. This ain't about a black people. I know my people, and my Latino people, who do the menudo, the tripe and all of that. And we do the pickled pig feet. I remember growing up going in the bodega and they would have these big jars sitting on the counter. Some of them would have pickles in them, and then some of them would have the feet of a pig. And I would see people, yo, let me get two of them. And I just look at them. My grandma's ate pig feet, eggplant, different all kind. I mean, eggplant, I don't think it's slave food, but you know, no, stop it. Now, when I was doing my research, I didn't really look at the health benefits or lack thereof that these parts of the animal have for you. Because eating animals is a clear link to cancer and a varying degree of other avoidable diseases. I'm not going to tell you any movies or anything right now or books. There's plenty of information out there that has proven beyond any doubt, beyond even a shadow of a doubt, that consuming animal protein contributes to heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, and all kinds of negative effects on your body. Facts. Look it up. It's just a fact. So, our food supply is littered with unhealthy choices, unhealthy things. And that's just the stuff that doesn't get recalled eventually or is messed up in some way. They stuff in these cans, bags, bottles, boxes, even the meat. A lot of times it's there was a thing called I think pink slime or pink sludge that they used to put in meat, in ground meat. Look, there's some things you just probably don't want to know. Like our food supply say, okay, if it don't kill me and it tastes either some varying degree between acceptable and delicious, then I'm okay. If I get, I don't know, 60, 70, 80 years, I don't want to say 60. I'm close enough to 60 to say no. Let's say 80 years. You get 80, 90, 100 years on this planet. The first 20 years, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. You learning to walk, talk, navigate the planet. And then those later 20 years, if you make it to 100, from 80 to 100, you just pretty much, I mean, unless you just really dug in and took care of your body, or you just got really good genetics and heredity, those last 20 years just about as fucked up as the first one. So that's 40 years off a 100-year life that you really ain't, you here, but you not here. That's why Biden needs to go sit the fuck down. Excuse me. I'm not talking politics. That doesn't mean I'm voting for Trump because I'm not. But I'm just saying it's sad to watch him even walk. He walk like an old man. Like, Joe, let it go. Um, so you got 60 good years, maybe from 20 to 80, where you rock it. Where you really loving Earth and life, and you having kids if you choose to do that, and families, and you dating and you traveling, or you're doing whatever you like to do, and you sound body, sound mind, and you all there, right? Why put the feet or the tail or the intestines and stomachs of any animal in you? Don't do that. Stop doing that. They say, yo, Mike, you want some bullshit. That's just That's just fire. You know why you think it's fire? You know why I think it's fire? Because we black people, oh my yo, we make magic out of it, is what a lot of people say when it comes to slave food. And we are perseverers. We are creative. We are determined to take whatever situation we got and turn it into something that not only we can just work with, but that is fantastic. Now, I've had some collard greens cooked with fat back, neck bones, and it's very tasty. I grew up eating chitlins, mostly on holidays. I remember one New Year's, grandma's made chitlins. It was the next day. It was New Year's Day. I made me a chitlin sandwich, two pieces of bread, some mayo, some chitlins, and I made a vanilla milkshake. And I know some people say, yo, you are out of your mind. It tasted good to me at the time because my grandma know how to clean them chitlins. And if for anybody know about chitlins, you got to clean them correctly. And she did. But that next day, I took them chitlins out the fridge, threw them in the frying pan with a little oil, fried them up a little bit, got me some mayo, put some mayo on the bread, slapped them in between there, do my just a little ice cream, milk, and sugar, a little vanilla in the blender, blended it up, had me a milkshake and a chitlin sandwich. Today, no, yeah, vanilla milkshake, absolutely. Chitlins, never again. Never, ever again will the chitlin be in these lips, be in this mouth. Never. Mm-mm. Not, and I had never been in a pig foot or chicken feet, neck bones, pig tails, pig ears, pig knuckles. The fuck is a pig knuckle? I ain't not look. I'm happy I wasn't a slave. I'm a descendant of. So we just need to do a moment of silence to all that endured slavery because wow. And I mean that. I mean that. The horrors, they make me want to cry. They make me want to rage. And I think about the thousands, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of lives tortured and all the horrors of slavery. And that is the realest of talk. I told you I did some research like I always do. And I have a little excerpt here from Booker T. Washington. Booker T. Washington um, was born a slave in the Burroughs plantation in Franklin County, Virginia. He was born on April 5th, 1856. He spent his first 9 years of life as an enslaved child on the Piedmont, Virginia tobacco plantation. You a kid. You're a baby. You're born. You're in a shack. Of course, there was no air conditioning, no heater. You're born to a slave, and you are born a slave. 9 years old. First 9 years of your life. Amongst your first words is yes, massa. You might get your ass beat. You might get strung up by your neck. Horrific doesn't begin to describe. Booker T once wrote that not much religion can exist in a one room log cabin or on an empty stomach. I'll read that again. Booker T. Washington once wrote, not much religion can exist in a one room log cabin or on an empty stomach. Booker T was one of 10 slaves owned by James Burroughs in 1861. And back in those days, slaves made up 80% of the property value of a plantation. 80% of the value of a plantation was based on its slaves. So if an appraiser came through to put a value on your property, on your plantation, it was mostly dependent upon the quality of your slaves. Booker T went on to describe that it was custom to feed boiled Indian corn to the cows and the pigs. At the times when I failed, oh, and I'm quoting Booker T here, at the times when I had failed to get any other breakfast, I used to go to the places where the cows and pigs were fed and make my breakfast off the boiled corn, or else go to the place where it was the custom to boil the corn and get my share there before it was taken to the animals. If I was not there at the exact moment of feeding, I could still find enough corn scattered around the fence or the trough to satisfy me. You wanna know why I ain't fucking with slave food? It's like a, it's like a way to honor us, our former ancestors that were enslaved. We don't have to eat that no more. I'm not going to eat that anymore. Not only for me does it suck. Oh, the feet I want in my mouth is wifey's. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't eating them. Her pretty ass feet. Anyway, but I'm not doing it. I don't think eating slave food honors the slaves. But can you imagine? You're a kid. This is you born into this. You see the big Knight's house. Excuse me. You notice the difference in hair texture and skin color and say, okay, the people my color, we in this fucked up one room shack with dirt floors. And if I happen to miss something that mama cooked up, which was also some bullshit, but if they called her out into the field or for whatever reason, and it is an implication here based on the way I've read this that it could have happened more often than not. That little 7, 8, 9 year old kid, got to find something to eat on my own. And I'm going to go run up where they feed the pigs and the cows, see if I can cop me some of that. I missed it. Let me go see where they boiling it up. Damn, I missed it. All right. I'm gonna go to the pens where they throw the feed for the cows and the pigs. See what I can pick up off the ground. I'm gonna give me a little of this corn because I'm starving. Yeah, I have some other stuff regarding that, but I'm not gonna go further into that. You get the idea. And there's plenty of information if you do want to find out more about the horrid details of slavery and the slave diet. I never liked slave food. Very early on, I identified it for what it was. I was in New York. I grew up around many people. I had different groups of friends. I had different people I would hang out with. Some of them was scrambling, was on that hustle, hustle. They was about nothing about that money. Some of them was about knowledge and education. Some of them was about the blackness. Some of them was about history. Some of them the 5%ers. All types of people that I vibed with, that may kick it with here and there, this, there, the other. And growing up, moms was in the Bronx, grandma was in Harlem. I bounced back between the two, especially when I started traveling on my own. And I met different people, and I know in New York, you just know a lot of people. It's almost inevitable. You know a lot of people. Your network is large. So I knew people that studied, history and a lot of them 5%ers, a lot of the Muslim brothers out there, don't be swining and dining, and you start asking, yo, why you don't eat swine? Because pig is this, that, and the other. And then you start learning stuff, and then you start thinking about, these things. But we's free, yo. I know we're not all the way there yet, but we's free. You do not have to eat this bullshit. You don't have to eat it no more. Stop eating this. Yo, the prime cuts, the steaks, the chops. If you're into the pork, get the hams. Get the good shit. Stop eating the feet and the nose, the rooted, the tooted, the tail, the innards. Stop eating that shit. Stop eating slave food, aka soul food. We did what we had to do back in the days because we had no choice. We had to survive. And this is what they threw at us as they beat us and worked us to death to pick their cotton and do all the things to build America and its wealth. Stop eating it. That's really all I wanted to say in this episode was stop eating slave food. If you are a soul food restaurant or caterer or someone in that space, I am not trying to hurt you or your business. Understand? And I doubt that my little podcast is going to stretch and go viral enough to kill people's business, but I don't see a lot of videos. I see a lot of these younger people's 20 somethings, 30 somethings that's out here. They doing this or that, review of a restaurant or showing where they're eating. I don't really see a whole lot of slave food being consumed. So maybe it's getting phased out. Perhaps. Perhaps. Here's hoping. So stop eating slave food. Yo, before I get out of here, I'm a one-man band, right? I'm just me. My personal circle is small here in Texas. And, being self-employed, I don't go to no job or nothing like that. So my network is small. So I don't have a budget to like do no advertising. So I'm asking for your support. This is a different kind of show. I'm not talking gossip. Who shot who said what about who slapped who, what somebody's wearing, driving. I'm not breaking new artists. I'm not sure, playing no music because I don't think I can copyright stuff, right? All I do is tell you my opinion about whatever comes to my brain at this time. I'm probably more designed for the Jon Stewart, like the Daily Show crowd, the NPR crowd, those type of people. But I'm hoping that more people will accept and be willing to watch a show that doesn't have a whole lot of visuals or graphics, because now we cater to all the shortest of attention spans, right? Boom, bang, boom, bang, boom, bang, boom, boom, boom. Lots of crazy. The closed captioning has gone crazy. It's all in color and large, small, boom, 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 boom. You say, yo, Mike, you getting, oh, no, no, it's not that. It's not that. As we are being conditioned and guided towards idiocy and confusion because we can't concentrate or focus on anything for more than 10 to 15 seconds. And everything is saturated with advertising. This is why YouTubers make the money. YouTubers bring in the people so people can advertise their products and services. And it's like a dog chasing his tail, keeps going over and over and back. That's the system. Hey, look, can't beat them, join them. So I'm asking you to support the show. Like, share, comment, follow, subscribe. Doesn't cost you but a few seconds. Tap, 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 done. Could you do that for me? Will you do that for me? Do that for me, please. Help me grow this show. I like to think it's an intellectual show. I like to think that I deliver this information in somewhat entertaining fashion, but more so, I would rather you be edutained, be educated and entertained, and to make you think, think, and spread positivity throughout the land. Positivity, positive vibes. It's too much negativity out here. Too much negativity. So please do that. And if you would like to contribute financially, so I can create a budget and reach out to an influencer or get the right ads or, find ways to grow the show, because it takes money to grow this show. This is free for you to consume, but it is not free for me to make. So um, I would greatly appreciate it. $1. I have my Venmo, Cash App, GoFundMe, PayPal. Hit me up with $1, couple bucks. And if you are just rich or very well off and your pockets is deep, they on swole, boom, light me up. Light me up. Get that box from UPS or any of the places that mail stuff. Stuff that joint with some cash and make my year. I could just go, oh, I have to sign for this? Okay, I'll sign for this. What's this? Say to the Mike's Pain podcast. What's in here? And I'm going to open it with caution, of course. I have it scanned. But I open it, and there are thousands upon thousands of dollars. Oh, baby, I am off to the races. I can get a producer. I can get better equipment. I can get a better quality show with graphics and better information so I can tell you even more and educate you even more about the world and a variety of things in it, only the way I can, because I'm only me, right? And it would just be wonderful. So if you will Support the show any way you can, any way you feel comfortable doing so. I can't tell you how much it would be greatly appreciated. And lastly, stop eating slave food. Stop it. Just stop it. Stop it. Don't do it no more. Just cut it out. Cut it out. Feet, noses, ears, tails, innards. Ugh. Stop eating it. We's free. We's free. As always, I hope you're doing all right. I hope you're doing okay out there. I hope the world is treating you well. And if not, the sun will come out tomorrow. Whatever's burdening you, nothing lasts forever. So if you know you need help, find it. Talk to someone. Get the help you need in whatever it is that ails you. Okay? Reach out to me if you need to talk. Mike'sOpinionShow@gmail.com is my email. None of this stuff you have to memorize. It's in the show notes. So if you want to support, you don't remember what I said, just go there. Go there now. If you're troubled and you haven't talked to anybody, I am here. And I will be more than happy to connect. But I do hope you're doing all right. And then I hope you go from all right to I'm doing okay. And then from okay to I'm doing great. Ain't nothing like when you feel good. You feel strong. Because you're not eating no pickled pig feet. You're not doing that. You're not eating neck bones. You're not doing that. You're not eating chitlins. Nah, you're not putting that in you. You're putting fresh fruit and vegetables, possibly organic. You're going for a walk every day, drinking plenty of water, and you feel good. You're meditating. You're putting your mind, body, and soul at ease and making it healthy. That's what we want, right? That's what we want. The thunder just clapped as soon as I said that. Huh? What? I'm pretty sure this microphone didn't pick that up. But it is storming outside for real. Anyway, I hope you're doing all right. Next week will probably be an update episode. I don't know if it's time for that yet. I try to do one a month. But if not, it'll be some other crazy subject that caught my eye that I will talk about. So tune in all the time. Check me out. Spread the word. I am Mike. This is the Mike's Opinion Podcast. And I thank you so much for watching and for listening. I'll see you next week.
Thank you so much for listening to Mike's Opinion. Logic Unleashed.